Welcome to Aha, a human among humans. And I'm having an experience now. My name is Michael Koran, your host for this evening. Having an experience now, which we probably have all had, that my guest or whoever you have an appointment with not only is late, but was supposed to be here at 5:30. Wonderful person. You'll see she'll eventually be here. And called to say she for sure would be here at 10 to 6. Trying her hardest. And life being what it is. I mean, how much are we supposed to fit into these time frames, right? In other cultures, I've heard they say, I'll see you this afternoon, and it might be the next afternoon. So I now have to talk to you. Although, what does it feel like? I somehow don't mind. And it's not true that maybe if you love people and they're late, it doesn't matter. Sometimes we had a friend, he was going to come play tennis with me and texted me 15 minutes earlier saying, aha, here is, I promised you, here is, I was saying I had so this was the discussion that you can join. This is Sarah Brett, my dear friend Sarah Brett. Lucky me, I have this young, beautiful friend. How good is that? Even if she's late. I was talking about somehow I didn't mind that you were late. Even though, the audience missed you deeply.
For 2 minutes.
Yes, they flocked away. We might have one faithful viewer left. They were, they were hoping for Sarah Brett and they had Michael Koran. That is not the best trade for them. Okay. So I was talking, you can tell me about it. When friends are late or don't show or cancel at the last minute, how do you feel about that?
I actually, if it's a repeat pattern, my feelings get hurt and I eventually just say it's time to move on.
Oh, so they're gone?
Not right away. So I would rather, if someone cancels on me but they reschedule, that means a lot. Because that means, they really still want to see me. But if they cancel, and again, it's maybe insecurity. Are they just not, not wanting to really, really see me? It's too much effort. Is this going to be their pattern going forward? But when they say, you know what, I'm just not feeling up for it, but can we reschedule? How about next week? That means a lot.
I was so angry. I was surprised. There's a friend of mine, my tennis buddy, and we were supposed to play last week, and at the last minute, he called to say he really needed to go swimming. And I was livid. I understood. I understood. I understand the need sometimes to just. But
he didn't reschedule an alternate time.
I think even if he did, I probably, and didn't really say he was sorry.
What if he invited you to go swimming and he said, you know what, this is where I'm at mentally. I
Yeah.
need the pool. Will you come swimming with me? Would that have changed things?
No. No, I was in the mood to go outside, and
And it was a beautiful day.
yes, it was a beautiful day.
Yeah.
I'm not defending for me this is an improvement to be so angry at someone. I would usually say, oh, that's okay, I understand.
Yeah. Has this person? Is this?
Yeah, this
This the
person is
pattern.
not just this. He's a great friend, and he's he has he works with homeless people. He's really dedicated human being, but I was surprised how angry I was.
Has he canceled on you before?
Yes,
Okay, more than a couple times.
a few times.
I think sometimes too he's working with homeless people. People get really burnt out. It sounds like he's very burnt out.
I understand. So,
But that's
it was good for me to
Yeah.
to get those, and then I will say, could we? My new thing is, can we make maybe plans? So, can we make a distinction?
Yeah.
Some plans are maybe, so either of us could not,
Mm-hmm.
and some plans are I really can count on it. Except for an act of God, something like that.
I think a good rule of thumb, because we all need to work on our self-care, do not make more than 2 social plans a week.
Period?
I think that's good. So you have 2, you can go out and do group things, but if you're going to meet someone one-on-one who's relying on you,
Yes.
it's so easy to overextend.
I see what
So I think for this person, maybe working with the homeless, he's overextended.
yeah.
He needs to do some corrective, you know what, I'm only going to do this once every 2 weeks.
Maybe with him, I do.
It would be nice if...
I do have plans with people, but in these COVID times, it's changing now.
Yeah, it is.
But it was usually on the phone plans.
Mm-hmm.
But this one was, when
was the last time you saw this person? In the flesh?
A week before.
Okay. And you guys played tennis the week before?
We what did we do? We went out to eat and had a nice talk.
Okay. He sounds burnt out.
Oh, you do not like it.
Mm-mm.
You don't like it at all.
It's when people deceive, it's pretty awful. I go directly to the source and I let them know.
Oh, you let them know? What do you tell them?
I tell them exactly what I think.
Really? Give me. Let's. Okay,
It's pretty ugly.
Let me be one of the people, because we're entertaining they might have come back.
This one woman got together with a guy that I had gone on some dates with, and she said to me, "Oh, you were done with him, right?" And then every time I would see her, we lived in the same apartment
Inside
complex.
the building.
She would, yep. I'd see her in the stairwell, and she'd be like, "Oh, that guy really hurt me," and she'd want to talk about it.
Yes.
And it just was too much. It was too selfish. And I had a therapist at the time that I was getting advice from, and he said to me, I know this goes against your nature, but you need to just start saying how you feel. This person doesn't care about you, and she's very selfish, and who cares? Just practice. I just said, I don't want to hear about him anymore. You knew that was someone I was interested in, and then you went and you got together with him. You told me the sex was great, and now you tell me that, you're hurt, but I don't want to hear about this. Like, you knew the reason that I didn't pursue the situation was because he had this on-again, off-the situation with someone else. He's drama. You knew this, and now I have to listen to you talk to me, and you're not factoring in my feelings.
Wow. That doesn't sound too horrible.
Oh, so what happened was she then went to all of her friends, and then
And said,
I would see them, and they would just look down.
they would be angry at you for saying that.
Well,
Now, I'm a fan of nonviolent communication.
Yes.
So, one of the cardinal, but you've studied it or you've taken the class in it.
I took the basic class.
Yes.
And I met a lot of very difficult people
Oh,
in the class. And it didn't work out so well.
and they were difficult because
They were deceitful.
same thing.
Yeah. Well, I was supposed to meet someone and do some exercises for breakfast. And there was a lot of polyamory going on. And he just was like, I'm going to be there at this time. Can't wait. This is going to be great. And then it turned out that he was in a bad mood. He showed up like 3 hours late. He was in a horrible mood. And then it came out later that he had pulled an all-nighter, that he had gotten together with an ex and had a great night of sex.
Oh.
And I have to deal with his moods and all this other stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, it just was really disappointing. I just saw a completely different side to him, and he was just impossible. And then we tried to talk about it later, and it just, again, it was when there's deceit at the beginning, it's just hard to build trust.
Well, I'm a man, and
Yeah.
I think back to help.
Yeah.
I should tell you because you like me, so I'll as a friend. So let me preface it with Buddha said, if there was one more energy like sex, he would never be the Buddha. No way.
That's
He
hilarious.
could just handle.
Yeah.
It is wild, that energy.
I agree with that. That's I'm gonna write that one down.
And it makes you blind.
It makes you crazy.
It's supposed to, otherwise there would be no children.
And it's an addiction.
If you had to think, well,
for many.
yeah, it's let's see, what is it? It's help.
Hormones. It's
Well, certainly when young,
oxytocin,
oxytocin.
dopamine.
You know. So for a guy, there's this energy that comes up, and if I was once talking to someone in Jerusalem, I was looking for a place to live, and I said, I can't even talk to you unless I hold your hand, and I couldn't. I was so much needed to touch, and we became lovers for a little while.
So it was instant chemistry.
I'm not sure it was instant need. Mine was need.
Yeah.
And just, it was like I would die. It was like, I don't know, we're created this way. The loving earth and sky I don't know if it's the same with women. Probably. Maybe not. You would know. It is so hard to manage. Very hard to manage, and a deep need, like food almost. I mean, eventually it can, with my life, I'm 81 now. So I've learned to let this energy, that's called tantric, you let it rise into your head and your mind. And one playwright, Sophocles, who wrote Oedipus Rex, where Freud got the Oedipus complex. Oedipus Rex, he kills his father and marries his mother. Everyone's got every family has their difficulties.
Yeah.
And he said, he was so happy when he was my age. He said, oh my, I don't have to ride that sexual energy anymore.
Yeah. I've heard that.
So maybe, I don't know if, for nonviolent communication. Now, nonviolent communication as one of its principles, I don't know if you remember, is not to blame people.
Right.
They have feelings and needs, and you have feelings and needs.
Correct.
So even if they lie, Shakespeare has a sonnet that begins, I told you this once. When my love swears she is made of truth, I do believe her, though I know she lies. And it ends something like, so I lie with her, and she with me, and by our falsehoods we can lovers be.
That, I like that. How many people do you think think they're in great relationships right now, but their partners are just off with someone else on the side? A pretty high percentage.
Yes? So I mean, you once had a mantra, I'm just going to enjoy them for the week.
That was someone who told me to practice that mantra. So instead of feeling sad about relationships not working out, change the story and just focus on the nights that you enjoyed with them, which does help.
Oh.
But the thing is, then I end up missing them. You know, I just end up missing them. So that's the tricky part. I've met a lot of deceptive people, but I was still very sad because there are parts of them that I really, really liked.
And there are people that would just love to just be with you and marry you and live with you for the rest of your life.
I'm not sure about that. We're all complicated.
Well, it's good being 81, let me tell you.
Yeah, really.
But I have... Now, nonviolent communication would say, I'm not saying they're right. There's another book I want to read, I told you about the 10-second miracle that's more blunt in 10 seconds.
Yes.
But I haven't got there yet with my friend. We're almost finished. So nonviolent communication is no blame. Everybody's trying to satisfy their need, what they need, in the best way they can. Even if they... So, how would we talk to her non-violently, or how can I talk to my tennis buddy? I was going to tell him for the opening lines from nonviolent communication are, you didn't do anything wrong, but I wanted to share that it's very disruptive to me when we have a plan and 15 minutes before you decide to do something else. So I wondered if we could find a strategy so that it's less disruptive. I would want him to say maybe we can make maybe plans, or I would do what you just said, maybe plans are for sure plans. And for the for sure plans, I'd love you to not cancel unless an act of God, something is, you know, your daughter is sick, or, but I don't want, that's what I would like. Is that too unreasonable?
It's not.
I think, because I usually do that. I keep plans unless something really comes up that the other person would understand. And if I sometimes even ask, is it okay? And they might get very hurt. Like there's one friend who's having great health challenges, and you know you have friends like that. And she really gets hurt if I have to change.
Yeah.
So I take that into account. But could you talk now here to that woman in a way that's non-blaming about your needs and feelings and hers?
I would like to have a conversation. We can both discuss our needs and feelings.
Was it so beautiful? That is beautiful. It feels so nice.
But my feelings are, I feel badly every time you tell me.
Or I might have prefaced that you
Yeah.
didn't do anything wrong.
Mm,
That's gonna be hard for you. Wow.
My feelings.
Well,
I can't do it. I can't
You
do
can't.
it.
Why can't you do that?
I do feel like she did. She just was so selfish.
Well, you see, those are judgments, of course, to say the
Yeah.
least, and we all have to take care of ourselves. So
Okay.
we need to unpack that.
Mm.
Selfish means, because I usually find not with you.
Oh,
I have a friend of mine,
sometimes.
I'm sure it's not with you. I have a friend of mine who uses the word selfish whenever you don't do what she wants.
Okay.
And I'm sure you don't mean that.
No. So
So if
okay,
you leave out the
you were
word selfish.
taking care of your needs. Can I say
Yes,
that?
yes.
I understand you were taking care of your needs. I just want you to reflect and take a minute and just hear my needs.
Right, okay. That's crucial in nonviolent communication. If both people could really express what the other person feels and needs, that's the beginning of finding a creative solution. Okay, so let's keep going. We still have a good amount of time.
Okay. Okay. So my feelings. I feel. I'm gonna say. Betrayed.
No, that's
No.
a judgment. No,
Yeah.
no.
I know this is the part that's really
Good,
tricky.
this is good.
It is. I feel alone. I feel
Lonely. You can feel
lonely.
Yes.
I feel lonely, and I feel like I don't matter when you go on and talk about this other person.
Now that's interesting. So I feel I don't matter is to what is really going on, which could be very helpful to all of us. I'm not good at this either. What is really going on? I felt that with my friend, with the tennis. I really felt I didn't matter.
Yeah, I understand that.
But what did I really need? I really needed to trust that he would play, when he said he would play with me in the morning, he wouldn't just bail on me.
Yes.
So I needed trust, safety.
It's a safe friendship. He's a safe person.
He'll
He'll be there for you.
Now, I'm not sure how to translate this into nonviolent communication. I didn't want to plan my day around, which I do, around the tennis game, getting there, getting back. That would be my exercise for the day. I would not go shopping until later. All those things, and it's disruptive. So my need is for what would it be? I don't know how to translate it.
Need for stability and a schedule.
It's a need for. I want some respect of my life. That's close to. That's close.
Time.
That's close to not what you were saying. Don't matter.
Yes, someone to respect your boundaries and your time. Your
I want
available
respect
time.
yes. So that's what you wanted.
Yeah.
Respect that this is really painful for me to hear now.
And I needed going forward her to ask, hey, I'm interested in that guy that you went on some dates with. How would you feel? The friendship's important to me. I want to make sure that you feel okay.
Yeah, I don't think people will do that. I think
So I would do that.
the power. Oh, you would. The power of sex is so.
No.
I'm just saying what most people feel.
There's you.
The power of sex is so. It's like it takes you to another world. There's this world where you have friends, and then whoa.
Right.
And so you're not going to let the fact that a friend of yours might be hurt when you could get that, go into that kind of
But you can get it from
zone.
other sources.
Well, at the moment it feels,
No,
I'm not sure.
when you're in your 40s. This person was 7 or 8 years older than me.
Yeah, I'm not so sure.
In your 20s, I get that. Not in your 40s.
I'm still a graduate student.
No.
Trying to, I don't think you can ask for that myself. I might be wrong. I don't think you can ask for
If
that.
the sex hasn't taken place already,
I still don't
the
think you can.
hormones
I think from my experience, nobody would do that.
so I
But
have
maybe
less
you-
I have less testosterone than the dude than a guy.
No, even a woman, I don't think.
No woman can.
I
woman
don't
ab-
think
no, I
women ask.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm one of those people. 100% ask, and I can go for a jog or a run. I can go. No, a woman has control.
So you
I don't
think
buy that.
you
Nope.
would ask
Mm-hmm.
a woman who was no longer in a relationship with someone if it was okay if you were, if you went out with him?
I would, yep, I would, especially if the person was in my building, I would say, hey, I am in touch with so-and-so and I just wanted to make sure, clear the air, I just want to make sure everything's resolved, or if you have any conflicts with that, if that's going to be okay, because I really value our friendship.
Wow.
I mean, that is the right thing to do. The friendship.
I'm not sure I agree. But
So
I
with
understand
for
what
me, a
you would-
female friendship can last indefinitely. My male
Come and
relationships,
go.
they come and go so easily. So why would I risk losing a good, supportive female friend? She was actually my best friend in the building.
Wow. Now, but
We support each other. We helped each other out
let's
in the
go
building.
slowly, though. These are your values.
Exactly.
They're not hers.
Exactly.
And there's no need for her
Mm-mm.
to, I don't think. This is getting complicated and we still have time. So can we translate this into needs? Well, you obviously need this. You need this from your women friends.
Mm-hmm.
So that's clear. And you need this because it hurts so much when you don't get it. It's very clear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't want what's best for them if it hurts you so much.
It definitely wasn't best for her, 100%. Because if she had asked me, I would have contacted the friend, and the ex was still involved, and he was living with the ex, and going out with her.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
So,
I think Note values you. If you value the friendship, you can have a conversation with me.
wow.
And I want
Is that
people
clear?
to be happy.
Oh, but that wasn't something you two shared before.
The girl code. It's called the girl code.
It is?
Yes, it's a girl code.
No.
It is.
So what's the code?
The code is, all right, chicks before dicks. And then for guys, it's bros before hoes.
Jeez, that's much worse.
But no, I'm all about the chicks. Chicks before. You just have this conversation. It shows that you really respect. And you know
So
what?
hold it, but what?
Yeah.
To what degree? Now. So that means if you know someone in common, or if you dated someone in common. That's what it means. I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, not if you knew someone. Like if someone you knew wanted to go out with me
Yeah.
because we're good
Yeah.
friends. They
Oh, yeah.
they needed to also talk to you.
No.
No.
It's someone I had maybe gone on some dates with or been intimate with.
I understand. So
It's
that's
the
good.
intimacy.
And does she know the code too?
I thought every woman knew it. So I said to her, it's called girl code. And she just was like, I understand. Like, she knows. Everyone knows the girl code.
Oh, so you would have her, or this is the girl code, she would come to you and say, you be her now.
Okay, I know you had gone on some dates with him. I don't know the extent of your intimacy. I really like him. I really value your friendship. I just want to have a discussion about this and make sure you're okay with this.
And what would you say?
And whether I said, you know what, my feelings are going to be hurt, but I value, it means so much to me that you came to me first to ask.
Wow.
That, you know what, yeah, my feelings are hurt, but you know what? Things, you know, maybe things will work out between you guys.
Oh, that
maybe
would've been, then you would have been fine.
I would have been totally fine.
And could she, and then she would, if she had respect for you and your feelings, she probably wouldn't talk about it.
Exactly. And then it's in the hallway needing to, and then
Unless you brought it up.
Exactly. Like, I don't, hey, how are things going with so-and-so?
Right, then she could,
Yeah.
I understand. So it's you wanted respect for your, for your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
So that's clear.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you still interact with her, right?
No, so
That's it.
I passed her a week ago. This has been 7 years later. And you know what?
What do you mean by 7 years later?
This happened 7 years ago.
Oh my.
Yeah, so this is why I've learned, I really just don't get into it with women because I still bump into friends of hers and none of them say hi to me.
Oh, because of what you told her.
So she went and told her friends I wasn't nice to her.
Oh, I see.
And it just, you know, and I said to the guy when he called me and I said, look, I just needed some time. I can forgive and move on. I just needed some time. And I just need to process this and my feelings were hurt, but let's move on.
So now we could say,
Mm-hmm.
maybe I'm going to try to be you talking to her 7 years ago.
Yeah.
We'll call her Rochelle, okay?
I like that, okay.
Rochelle, I need to share something with you that's going to be challenging. I want you to first know you didn't do anything wrong.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
This is what I would say.
Mm-hmm.
I like to follow girl code.
I like this.
And I feel, and I'm saying this because I want to see if we can maintain what we can do for our friendship.
Mm-hmm.
But my girl code and one of my very important values is if someone that I'm close with, a friend of mine goes out with someone I've dated, I need them to talk to me first. I need to feel, and that's girl code. Girl code is there because it can hurt friendship so much, right? People get jealous and hurt.
Yeah.
And so, can you, if I'm telling her after it's happened, are you able to, in the future, follow girl code, honor girl code with me? That's what I would say. And, right, and so we're not blaming her.
I like
And
that.
she can say yes or no. And she wouldn't have anything to share with her friends. She wouldn't be so very hurt by that, I don't think.
Right, exactly. See, where were you 7 years ago?
Oh.
This would have been
your
very
friend.
nice.
I was your friend.
I know, but you know what? Had you taken nonviolent 7 years ago?
No, I've been studying it with Michelle the last 7 years.
Okay. Got rot, unknot, rotting to the core, rotten to the core, my infecting sores rot me through my core. If you're my friend, here is what's in store. Irritated raw wounds corrupt your core. When you're my love, treated like a whore, festering with sores, will rot many cores. Will love making war, breaking all the laws, explode rotting cores drinking in the gore, rotting through our cores, we're forced to sense more. Inside, gutless guts, screams that make us nuts, hearing unheard screams unleashes unseen dreams, roaring from our cores, dreams for cure now soar. Guide us through blocked doors, conjure and explore, pass healing all cores, we pray evermore. To feel through wrought awe, make wrought flowing ore, fueling awe-filled cores to stream with amor.
So that was about, that might be hard to get now, but that was about what we've been talking about. You have to say goodbye with a quick prayer for love for everybody. From you, it would sound great.
Take some deep breaths and then talk to Michael.